Hello YouTube, and today we're back with a brand new video. Now today we're going to be talking about if the iPhone SE is worth it in 2019. Now the iPhone SE was originally released in March 2016, and so it was released before the iPhone 7, but after the 6S's, which were released in 2015. Now they all share pretty much the same hardware. The iPhone SE has an Apple A9 CPU along with 2 gigabytes of RAM, just like the iPhone 6S's and 6S Plus. Now, the SE was the same design as the iPhone 5S with, of course, a few adjustments, such as the matte chamfered edges, the inset Apple logo, and, of course, the SE logo on the bottom. Now, the iPhone SE also actually has a 12 megapixel rear-facing camera, the same as the iPhone 6S, which is capable of shooting 4K video at 30 FPS. Now, the front camera is a different story. It's a 1.2 megapixel shooter, so it's the same as the iPhone 5S. It's not that great at all, especially in 2019, but if you don't plan on taking selfies with this phone, it's definitely worth it. Now, this phone is not currently running iOS 12.2 and is capable of running 12.3 when it releases sometime in May, as predicted. And this phone is actually decent. Now, a lot of people complain about battery life. I haven't experienced any issues with battery. I will say that you could not get away with playing heavy games off a charger the entire day. That just will not happen, especially if a phone is small. And if you like small phones, this thing is one of the best, if not the best, on the market you can actually get. Now, this has a Retina display, so it's clear and crisp, and it's decently bright. It's not, as bright as the 6S or 6S Plus, and it does not have support for wide viewing angles, but it is still a bright display. Now, the colors I've noticed are actually crisper than on the 5S, and I believe, and I've even done the research, they're practically the same displays. Now, on the 5S, I've noticed that the colors, if I compare them side by side, the colors on the 5S are a different shade. They're kind of grayer, if you could say, more washed out, but it's still a great display for this phone. Now, if you're looking for an iPhone that's small, cheap, and brand new, I guess, you can actually pick one of these up at Apple on clearance for $249, 32 gigabytes, and $299 for 128 gigabytes. Now, this phone does support AR, which is augmented reality, and it's a very popular thing now. And this phone is very, very fast. Now, the iPhone SE is only, and so the iPhone SE I would consider worth it if you're looking for a phone that's small, premium, still runs fast, that you're looking to play, some games on, that you want to browse the internet, watch YouTube, and, have support for software. That iPhone SE should be getting iOS 13. I believe it will. There have been a lot of rumors saying otherwise, but against those rumors. I think they will continue to support the 6S's and SEs for one more year. And then when iOS 14 is announced, they'll drop support. Now, the iPhone SE, the battery life can drain. But if your battery is at 100, you're getting normal peak performance. Very powerful, the iPhone SE. And the battery life, you can still get a full day usage. Not heavy usage, but still a full day out of this thing. If you're looking to buy anything that's slightly bigger, but you need it for practically the same things as the SE, or that I recommend the SE for, such as, simply just browsing the internet, music, phone calls, texting, maybe FaceTime here and there, playing some games, I definitely would, but you want a bigger screen, I would definitely recommend the iPhone 6S, because you can find those in pretty good condition on Amazon and eBay for not bad prices. I'll say like maybe a 16 gig model for $150 to $200 if you're lucky, maybe like more like 200, 250, and then the iPhone 6S 32 gigs, maybe like 300, 350. So it all depends on what the phone's condition is, and if it's brand new and open box. Now Apple actually still sells the SE for $249 on clearance, so it's still brand new, unlocked, and you can get it right now. It's currently only gold and rose gold, so $249 for 32 gigs. 128 gigs would be $299. As of now, the 128 gig models are out of stock, which I'm not very surprised. So yes, if you're looking for a phone that's small and to play some games on, simply browse the internet, watch YouTube, and that does support, the SE is definitely the way to go, and I definitely recommend it to anybody. I know a lot of people still use the SE, and people that used the SE in the past, I know some of them, and they love this phone, and I do too, honestly. It's one of my favorite iPhones. I would say the 6S's are very close, especially, because they're practically the same thing, bigger screen, better front-face camera. And that's also another thing I want to discuss. The iPhone SE does not have some key features such as 3D touch. As you guys can see here, if we press and hold an app, there is no matter how hard you press, it's just the normal display, no 3D touch. It also has first generation Touch ID, so you're not getting the second gen Touch ID. It's on the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus. And you're also not getting the 5 megapixel front facing shooter that's on the 6S and 6S Plus. So that's, I guess a downside for a lot of people, because it can be important, and it's not a big deal in my opinion, but for a lot of people that can be a major thing. Now, it also has a standard vibration motor. It does not have haptic feedback, but if I switch this to silent mode, it's still very quiet, and it's definitely less chunky, I would guess you could call it, than the iPhone 5S. I remember muting the 5S, and it was had this chunky kind of vibration sound to it. It was really weird, but it's very silent. Yes, so if you're looking for a phone, a 4-inch phone, then there will be some links in the description if you do want to end up buying one. But so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one.